Of the weekend, we're going to talk about Texas A&M goes to Columbia to take on South Carolina. It's kind of a small line. I'm not a big believer in South Carolina. They got the win over Kentucky without Will Levis. It kind of worries me about that line. What do you think, boss man?
Yeah, I just don't see South Carolina winning in this one. Texas A&M has not lost to South Carolina since they joined the SEC. I don't think that changes in this one. Texas A&M still has a lot of questions. I do think that going into Bryce Williams and getting a win at night is difficult. When they start playing Sandstorm, everybody starts freaking out. It can be a little bit of an intimidating environment. The interesting thing to watch here for A&M is, and South Carolina fans as well, is who starts at quarterback for A&M. No one is really sure what that's going to look like. Jimbo Fisher's been talking about it. He says Haynes King's been taking reps under center with the ones. He says Connor Weigman has been also practicing well. Word on the street from A&M is that Haynes King is not healthy right now. So you could see a freshman walking into Bryce Williams for his first start under center, which could give you the recipe for an upset.
Yeah, that exploits that line.
Exactly. So I think that at the end of the day, I feel good about A&M getting a win. I think that A&M showed a lot against Alabama, especially if they've got some guys healthy coming back on the defense. That's A&M's big Achilles heel right now. They're decimated with injuries across the roster. So they had this bye week. If they're able to come out and knowing Jimbo, he won't say anything about our injuries until game time, basically. So we'll know at game time whether or not a lot of these guys are playing. But if those guys are playing on the defensive side of the ball, especially along the defensive line and then in the secondary, I think that A&M just has more talent right now. Spencer Rattler is turnover prone, and this A&M defense has some ball hawks in the secondary. So at the end of the day, I still think that A&M's talent basically overpowers South Carolina, and I think South Carolina still has really a long way to go.
Yeah, so Hammer, you look at it, this has got to be a Devin Achane game, right?
Has to be. Look, as Alex laid out, Haynes King is rumored to not be healthy. There was pictures going around on social media of him in a boot this past week. So, perhaps he got it off at some point during the bye and will actually be healthy. But look, even if Haynes is healthy, he has not been great. And if he's not healthy, you have a true freshman making not only their first start, but their first or his first action period. So it's got to be a game where you lean on A-Chain. A-Chain ran all over South Carolina a year ago. As Alex said, this is a game where you just need to lean on your talent. And the most talented guy A&M has on offense is A-Chain. So get him the ball. Be creative with it too, right? If you do have a quarterback, whether it's King, who's been struggling, or Weigman, who doesn't have any experience to lean on, get him some easy throws out of the backfield, run, some wheel routes, get A-Chain matched up on a linebacker, and just be creative with how you get him the ball, and good things will happen. He, in space against a defense like South Carolina that has plenty of holes, will be able to take advantage of that. So, yeah, look, Jimbo's offense doesn't seem to do a lot of things that make sense. So hopefully he will do something that does make sense this week and feed Devin Achane.
Yeah, boss man, final thoughts and predictions.
Yeah, I'm going to take A&M in this one. I think it's going to be a very close game, especially if Connor Weigman starts first action, first game under center. Look, he's got a lot of talent. He was a 5-star. He's the number 2 quarterback in the country coming out of high school behind Cade Klubnik, who went to Clemson. So a lot of talent back there. I think that he would be able to get it done, like Hank said, by relying on Devon Achane. I think the defense, if they're healthy, is able to stifle Spencer Rattler in that offense, which has been fairly anemic most of the year. And I think that I don't think they get much done facing the A&M defense. So I'm going to take A&M in this one. I'm going to take A&M by 6.
Okay. Hammer.
Yeah, I like A&M to win and cover. Similar to what we talked about with Missouri and other teams, A&M's back is against the wall, regardless of who is healthy, who's not, who plays, who doesn't play. The bottom line is they have more talent than South Carolina. and they're 3-3 right now. You cannot lose this game. This is not a game, that A&M has lost since they joined the SEC. It's just it's a must win. Not that Jimbo is going to be fired if he loses. It's not that desperate at the moment, but you don't lose to South Carolina, especially the way South Carolina is right now with Shane Beamer in year 2. So they have to go and get a win. I think they will. I like the defense to bottle up the South Carolina offense and, probably win a close one, maybe by 7 or 10. A&M's offense is not going to score that much, so they're just going to have to limit South Carolina and hopefully lean on some turnovers and get some short fields that their offense can actually take advantage of.
All right, that is the SEC Network game of the week. It's at 6:30 Central. A&M a 3-point favorite. The over/under is at 44.5. That's like a 90s over/under. So not expecting many points in that game. Anyway, thank you guys. We'll be back next week with